Have you ever noticed how some people seem to build wealth quietly, without any of the usual fanfare? No flashy cars, no extravagant social media posts, just a steady, almost invisible growth of their net worth. These are the silent millionaires, and they're mastering a strategy that's becoming more critical than ever as we approach 2025. What's happening in 2025? We're on the cusp of one of the largest wealth transfers in history. Trillions of dollars are set to move from one generation to the next. Now, you might think this is just about inheriting money, but it's much bigger than that. This massive shift is creating unprecedented opportunities for those who know how to position themselves. It's not just about what you inherit. It's about what you can build in the wake of this economic transformation. The silent millionaire strategy is your key to tapping into this. So, what is this strategy? It's a mindset, a lifestyle, and a set of financial principles all rolled into one. It's about focusing on wealth creation, not wealth display. It's about making smart, strategic moves while everyone else is distracted by the noise. Today, we're going to break down the 3 core pillars of this strategy. First, how to earn more by creating value. Second, how to invest with a long-term, stealthy approach. And third, how to protect your assets and your privacy. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to start building your own quiet fortune. Let's dive into the first pillar. Creating value to increase your income. The silent millionaire doesn't just rely on a 9-to-5 salary. They understand that true wealth comes from solving problems and providing value that people are willing to pay for. This isn't about chasing get-rich-quick schemes. It's about leveraging your unique skills and knowledge. Ask yourself, what problem can you solve? Maybe you're an expert in a specific software, or you have a knack for organizing chaotic spaces, or you can teach a language. In today's digital economy, these skills are gold. You can turn them into a side hustle, a consultancy, or even a full-fledged business. Think about creating a digital product, like an ebook or an online course. You create it once, and it can generate income for you passively for years. The key here is to focus on a niche. Instead of trying to be a general business consultant, become the go-to expert for helping small bakeries optimize their online ordering systems. The more specific your value proposition, the less competition you have, and the more you can charge. This approach allows you to build income streams that are not directly tied to the hours you work. That is a fundamental step away from the traditional time for money exchange and a giant leap toward financial independence. This isn't about working yourself to the bone. It's about working smarter and creating systems that work for you. Now, for the second pillar, and this is where the real magic happens, stealth investing. While others are gambling on meme stocks or trying to time the market, silent millionaires play a different game. They invest consistently and quietly in assets that generate long-term growth and cash flow. Their portfolio isn't something they brag about at parties. It's a well-oiled machine working silently in the background. What does this look like in practice? It starts with a foundation in low-cost index funds, and think of funds that track the S&P 500 or the total world stock market. This is the set-it-and-forget-it portion of the portfolio. You're not trying to beat the market. You're trying to be the market. History has shown that this is one of the most reliable ways to build wealth over time. But they don't stop there. Silent millionaires also look for cash-flowing assets. Real estate is a classic example. Not necessarily flipping houses for a quick profit, but buying a rental property that generates a steady monthly income. This creates a positive cash flow loop. The rental income pays for the mortgage and expenses, and then the extra can be reduced. Another area is investing in private businesses or becoming a silent partner. This requires more diligence, but the potential returns can be significant. You're investing in the value creation engine of others. The key is diversification. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. You have your stocks, your real estate, maybe some alternative investments. The entire strategy is designed to be boringly effective. It's the slow, steady tortoise that wins the race, not the flashy, sprinting hare. This consistent, disciplined approach is what separates them from amateur investors. This brings us to our third and final pillar: asset protection and privacy. What good is building wealth if you can't protect it? The silent millionaire understands that the biggest threats to their fortune are often unseen: lawsuits, economic downturns, and unnecessary attention. Being a silent millionaire means being financially invisible, or at least very hard to see. How do they achieve this? First, they use legal structures to their advantage. Things like LLCs or limited liability companies for their business and rental properties. An LLC creates a legal barrier between your personal assets and your business assets. If someone sues your business, your personal home and savings are protected. For higher net worth individuals, trusts become an essential tool. Trusts can help manage assets, protect them from creditors, and ensure a smooth transfer of wealth to the next generation, bypassing the costly and public probate process. Privacy is the other side of this coin. Silent millionaires are intentional about their digital footprint. They don't post about their new investments or expensive vacations. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being prudent. The less the world knows about your financial affairs, the less of a target you become for frivolous lawsuits or scams. They use separate bank accounts for different purposes and are careful about who they share financial information with. In a world of oversharing, discretion is a superpower. Protecting your assets and your privacy ensures that the wealth you build stays your wealth. It's the shield that defends the castle you've so carefully constructed. So, let's bring it all together. The silent millionaire strategy for the 2025 wealth transfer isn't some complicated secret. It's a disciplined, logical approach to building and keeping wealth. First, you increase your earning potential by creating tangible value, moving beyond just trading time for money. You build side hustles, consultancies, or businesses that solve real problems. Second, you practice stealth investing. You're not a gambler. You're a strategic owner of assets. You invest consistently in a diversified portfolio of index funds, cash-flowing real estate, and maybe even private businesses. Your goal is steady, long-term growth, not overnight riches. Your portfolio works silently for you day in and day out. And third, you master asset protection and privacy. You use legal structures like LLCs and trusts to build a fortress around your wealth. You are deliberate about your privacy, understanding that in the modern world, being low-key is a strategic advantage. You protect what you've built from unforeseen risks. The great wealth transfer of 2025 is more than just an event. It's an environment rich with opportunity. By adapting this mindset, focusing on creating value, investing wisely, and protecting your assets, you are positioning yourself not just to survive, but to thrive. You don't need to be loud to be wealthy. In fact, the most resilient fortunes are often built in the quiet. This is your chance to build your own silent legacy. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this breakdown valuable, give this video a like and consider subscribing for more strategies on building lasting wealth. Let me know in the comments which of these pillars you're going to start working on first. See you in the next video.